What's up, everybody? Jada Black here. Salute to everybody locked in right now. I wasn't even planning to record this video yet. I was actually in the middle of putting together a completely different breakdown that y'all will probably see later today. But then this story dropped and it completely shifted the mood. I figured this couldn't wait. So let's talk about it, because the situation surrounding Stefon Diggs just took a serious turn. Reports are now saying that the New England Patriots are preparing to move on from him. Yes, you heard that right. They're planning to release Stefon Diggs. Now, if you look strictly at the numbers, this might feel confusing at first. Statistically speaking, Diggs actually had a solid season in New England. In fact, by most measures, he was their most productive receiver. So when you first hear about a release like this, it raises questions. Why walk away from your most reliable target? Especially after a year where the team clearly needed offensive stability. The Patriots just came off a painful Super Bowl loss, and it looks like the organization may be preparing to head in a completely different direction. Some people believe the front office wants to get younger. Others think the team is trying to reset the roster around their quarterback, Drake May. Personally, I never thought Diggs was the main issue on offense. If you watched those games, it was clear the offensive line struggled to protect May consistently. When a quarterback is under constant pressure, it limits what any receiver can do. But the reality is, football decisions are rarely that simple, and that's where the story starts to get a little deeper. Because while the football side of things raises questions, there are also rumors swirling about everything happening off the field. Remember, Stefon Diggs signed a 3-year contract that paid him very well, especially considering he was already in his 30s and coming off a major injury. For a player returning from a torn ACL, that deal showed the Patriots believed he could still contribute. But now it appears the team is saying, one season is enough. In the NFL, contracts often look long on paper but are structured so teams can move on quickly if they choose to. And that's exactly what seems to be happening here. But the football side isn't the only thing people are talking about. Stefon Diggs has also been trending because of the chaos surrounding his personal life. For starters, his relationship with Cardi appears to have completely fallen apart. Fans have noticed that during her recent tour moments, Cardi has been throwing subtle, and sometimes not so subtle, shade that people believe is directed at Diggs. At the same time, there have been serious allegations circulating online about an incident involving his personal chef. According to those claims, he's facing legal issues connected to an alleged altercation. And then there's another rumor that has been spreading across blogs and social media, reports suggesting he may have additional children on the way with different women. Now, to be clear, that information hasn't been officially confirmed, but the story gained traction after several bloggers started connecting it to why Cardi supposedly walked away from the relationship. If those rumors were true, it raises another question entirely, a financial one. Because if Stefon Diggs is entering the later stages of his career and teams start offering only short-term deals, the long-term money situation changes quickly. NFL contracts are unpredictable. One year you're making elite receiver money, and the next year you're bouncing between shorter deals trying to extend your career. That's why people online are asking how sustainable things might be for him financially if his earning window in the league starts closing sooner than expected. Let's look at what's actually being reported right now. Headlines started circulating saying Stefon Diggs shared an emotional goodbye message directed toward the New England Patriots ahead of the expected release. According to reports, the team informed him they plan to officially release him after the new league year begins next week. That information was first shared by Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network. After the news started spreading, Diggs took to social media to address the situation himself. In an Instagram story, he wrote a message thanking the organization and the fans. He said, "Thank you for a hell of a year," while tagging the Patriots directly. He also added a line that caught people's attention, "We family forever. Until we meet again." Around the same time, fans noticed something else interesting. Stefon Diggs reportedly wiped most of the Patriots-related content from his Instagram profile. Screenshots of his reaction started circulating online almost immediately. One viral post even showed the moment he appeared to react publicly to the news that he would soon be released. For a player who had only been there one season, the emotional tone of his farewell message surprised some fans. For context, Stefon Diggs, now 32 years old, entered the 2025 season recovering from that torn ACL he suffered while playing for the Houston Texans. When the Patriots signed him, it was considered a calculated risk, bringing in a veteran receiver who still had something left to prove. And early on, it looked like that gamble might actually pay off for New England, leading the Patriots in catches and receiving yards last year. He put up his 7th career 10-0-0+ receiving campaign and helped the Patriots earn a Super Bowl berth. Yet in the end, money likely served as a deciding factor in his impending release, as Diggs carried a $26.5 million cap hit into 2026. Diggs also would have received 6 men and fully guaranteed money next week if he remained on the roster. The Patriots could have restructured his deal to lower the cap hit, but based on how it all played out, it looks like the two sides couldn't come to terms on a new agreement, including the postseason. Diggs finished his Patriots stint with 99 catches, 1,100 yards, and 5 touchdowns, coming just 1 win shy of his first ever Super Bowl ring. Diggs, a 4-time Pro Bowler, in addition to facing strangulation assault charges stemming from an incident that took place last December, he pleaded not guilty to those charges. And in February is set to appear for a pre-trial hearing on April 1st. There's a lot going on here with Stefon Diggs. He had a lot going on. Even though it seemed like he wasn't focused on football, I think he was. It's not his fault that Drake may held on to the ball more than he should have at times. I think Stefon Diggs did what he could do for the Patriots. They got back to the Super Bowl and it seemed like he didn't want to take a pay cut, which is ridiculous because you have another good year. You could work it into bonuses, but maybe he feels like he can get more money as a free agent. But it also shows to me that even at the contract he had, I believe, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he signed a 3-year, $60 million deal. I don't know if he's going to get that anywhere else. I wouldn't be listen. He had a productive season. So, there's going to be a team that says, you know what, I could pay him the type of salary he made with the Patriots last season because he had a productive year even at 32, a year removed from an ACL injury. But Stefon Diggs, as a person off the field, has a lot going on. I think these strangulation charges did play a part into it as well because this happened up there, I believe, in Boston. And that could have played a part in him saying, you know what, we don't want to deal with no messy off-field situations again. Let's go ahead and release him. You know, if he's not willing to take the pay cut that's good for us, then we'll release him. And that's what they did. This is what the Patriots have always done. Even while Bill Bitch was there, he cut players he felt like weren't worth the money. Right. But if it's true that Stefon Diggs is out here having more children, bro, what are you doing? This money is not going to last forever unless you are making this money and you're investing it wisely and you feel like financially you're going to have a secure future. This is crazy. Now, would I be shocked to see Stefon Diggs doing like all these other people do? No running to Twitch and Kick and becoming an IRL streamer. I wouldn't be surprised. Again, music, you know, he dealt with the circus that is Cardi B. His personal life is a complete sideshow as well. There will be a lot of content there. I could see Kick right now offering him money if he decides that, you know, football is no longer what he wants to do because there's a lot going on with Stefon Diggs. There's a lot of allegations towards him, not only from women, but a guy as well. I mean, he's a guy he needs to get his life together outside the, you know, off the field. And it might be tough for him to sign with a team when free agency start because what's going on with him? Because y'all understand free agency, I believe, starts in March, and he's due back in court April 1st. This thing hovering over his head heading into the spring and into the summer. It might make teams shy away from signing him, and he may not get signed by a team until right before training camp once they see what those charges, what goes on with those, and everything else. Also, he needs to stop impregnating these women because, yeah, they may be cool with it now, but what happens, bro, when they want their money? It always happens. Because if they're not getting their time with you, they're going to want something from you. Do you care about football? Do you care about chasing he's and proving that you like women? Because we know what's going on with the rumors and everything. You're trying to prove something to people when at the end of the day, it's only going to cost you. It's not going to cost them. It's going to cost you. You have to understand this. Dating Cardi B, I think, put him in an insane spotlight because nobody really knew much about his personal life before he got with her. But the thing is, when you're with Cardi B, a woman who continuously gets online and makes a fool of herself and she tends to create enemies, people are going to go at the guy that she's with. Offset dealt with this and also I could see a scenario where she wants to see where the case ends up. She don't want to be tied to a guy that's choking out women. You know, she may feel like it's bad for her brand even though she's bad for her brand sometimes. But hopefully Stefon Diggs can get together because he's going to have to or his career is going to be over very quickly. Music, so let me know in the comments section. Let me thoughts. Like the video, share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms. And I'll see y'all next one.